Hi, so if for you today is the day after the night before, maybe feeling a little bit sorry for yourself, a bit of a sore head, reaching for the coffee and something sugary to shake off the hangover, or maybe you've had a not so good week and are treating yourself to make you feel better. All of this kind of comes back to wanting to comfort ourselves, and just changing the language that we use to ourselves can actually really help. If comfort eating and drinking is something that kind of catches you out or scuppers all your good intentions or best laid plans for the healthy goals that you have for the year. And the simple word is from thinking of comforting yourself to thinking about nourishing yourself. So it's quite a subtle change, and nourish is not really a word that we use in everyday language. So just in that aspect, it perhaps makes you think about things slightly differently. But also, the thing is, when we come to do those things that give us comfort, we don't actually think, oh, I'm going to comfort myself with this. We just reach for the chocolate or pour the glass of wine or something like that. So we do have to actually be a little bit mindful of it. And I was saying to the chrysalis ladies this week that actually, you maybe you get the children to bed, you've had a really long day, bedtime was a ball ache, it usually is, sorry for the language, but it is in our house. And it can be that just pouring that glass of wine, you feel yourself starting to relax, and then it goes on, and that's your evening. So maybe then that reaching for the bottle of wine is actually your trigger, and you just hold off and you think, hang on a minute, I'm going to nourish myself, and actually say that to yourself, and instead go maybe run yourself a hot bath or do some stretches or some yoga, something that you enjoy, or just go and whatever you want to do really, but something that has a focus on making you feel good. And I think this is the difference between comfort eating and drinking and nourishing yourself, in that when we do reach for, it would be chocolate in my case, to be honest, if I reached for the chocolate and I scoffed a load of it, it kind of hits the spot while you're doing it, but often within minutes afterwards you think, oh, I shouldn't have done that, and actually I feel a bit bleh now, and you haven't actually dealt with the issue that made you feel like you wanted that comfort. Whereas if you come at it differently and think you're going to nourish yourself, and you go off and you do whatever activities that will make you feel good, then you feel better because you've done something that takes care of you, something that helps you to deal with whatever it is that made you want the comfort in the first place. So it just changing that one thought process, start to use one word differently, can then change your approach and how you respond to whatever the stressful situation is that made you want to resort to the comfort eating or drinking. So have a go this week, and just have a think through what your triggers are, what the things are that you reach for. Is it that glass of wine at the end of the day? Is it all of the chocolate in the cupboard, or biscuits, or maybe it's cheese? It could be whatever you want really, but can you then just start to use that phrase, how can I nourish myself? Quite often when people think about it, they can think of something straight away that they would absolutely love to do for themselves, but they just don't have time. And I know for mums often that is just a long soak in a hot bath, and maybe you light some candles, put some music on. Again, whatever makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be that, it's whatever would make you feel good and you would enjoy too. So what would you do? How would you nourish yourself? And do you know what your trigger is for when to employ that? For me today, it's just getting some fresh air. So to make sure that I've had time to do that, I asked my husband to take the boys swimming. So that gives me the time then to get all the jobs done that I needed, the fun stuff like cleaning the bathroom, doing the washing, all that sort of stuff. but then still have time to do this, which I know is going to make me feel better for having done something, got some fresh air, and just look after me a little bit. So you may have to ask someone for help too, just to give you that space and time to do that, but I tell you what, it's well worth it. So have a go this week and let me know how you get on. See you soon.